bright enough. Got my lamp on, it doesn't make much difference, but there we go. My electricity bill is going to be ridiculous. That's the thing though, we've got 3 people working from home, so myself, my husband and my son, who's a university student, all using computers all the time. My son has to run 2 computers to have a lecture and something else that he's doing. My husband has dual screen. Oh gosh. I think everyone's going to be in the same boat though, aren't they? So I just need to grab some water, guys, and then we'll start. So make sure you've got something to lay on, all right, and a drink. My son's working upstairs. He won't come down because he's got a lecture. My husband's at work. He's gone to the office, which means I don't need to put the curtain up at the door. But that also means that we're going to have this little chocolate boy looking through the window all the time, because when I'm laying on the floor, he just wants to come in. So, oh bless him, look at his face. He'll be 14 very soon, my dog. And luckily, touchwood, he's never had anything too wrong, too expensive. He had a big chunk of skin or fur removed from his face. Last year before, he got an infection, he scratched, and then he got an infection, and it all started to lift up anyway. So he's got a little patch here, like Scarface, where he's got no hair, bless him. But it's only little. Look at that face. I don't understand how people can be cruel to animals. I really, really don't. I'm not a massive animal activist or anything like that, but I just do not understand how people can be cruel to any living thing, really. Don't start the carrots scream when you pull them or anything like that. I like my vegetables. All right, so I'll get you in a standing position first, okay? And then we'll work down to the floor. And then once we're down on the floor, we can stay on the floor, okay? So, toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down, relaxed. Make sure you're balanced and central. Just rock side to side, forwards and backwards. Make sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. Then making sure you've got your neutral spine. So you're just tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. You can imagine that this is a bowl of water. Trickles over the front, over the back, and we make the movement smaller until, if this was a bowl of water, it would be perfectly balanced and still, okay? Then we're looking at the core muscle. Pelvic floor to begin with, the muscle you would use to stop mid-flow. Now imagine that muscle is a lift, and there's 10 floors to the lift. So I want you to draw it up from within as far as you can. It's like sucking up on a straw. It's that kind of lifted up feeling. You're going to take it down to the 5th floor, halfway, and then take it down to the 3rd floor and leave it there. So you've gone from 100%, 50% down to 30% engagement, and that's where I'd like you to hold it. Then imagine you've got a belt around your middle with 10 notches on that belt, and I want you to draw it in as tight as you can. Notch number 10 comes out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and that's where you leave it. So you've got a tightened feeling around the middle of the body and being drawn up through the pelvic floor. Holding from the core and keeping the neutral spine, you're then going to breathe from your rib cage. This is referred to as lateral thoracic breathing, okay? Hands on the ribs, fingertips touch. Don't move your hands, breathe from your ribs. So take a breath in and release. Nice deep breath in and release. Good, one more time. Deep breath in and release. Relax the arms down. Just begin to slightly pedal through one side to the other. Allow the shoulders to gently rotate one way and the other way. Place the feet down, lift up onto the toes and release. Again, lift up onto the toes and release. One more time. Lift, lengthen and release. Step out to the left, reach up and over. Step out to the right. Arm comes up and over. Lengthening through the waist, lateral flexion. You're lengthening the leg you're leaving behind. And you're bending the moving leg. Last one here. In the middle. Hips face forward, toes point forward. Arms come up, breathe in. Breathe out, rotate to one side. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, rotate to the other side. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, rotate. Keeping the hips in place. Breathe in and return. Breathe out, rotate. You're going to do one more to each side, please. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, return. Last one here. And release. Drop those arms down by your side. My buttons don't want to work on my watch today. Has that done it? Yes. Good. So from here, you're going to take your left foot forward, point the toe. You're just going to tap that toe forwards and backwards. Then you're going to lift the foot and sweep the leg forwards and backwards. Then you're going to add the knee and then just lift back. Knee comes up, lift back. If you need something there for a little bit of balance, guys, absolutely fine. Hold the knee this time. And then I just want you to sweep that leg all the way back and reach through. Soften your supporting knee. If you need to, you can always keep the toe down. Knee comes up, balance. Take it back. Hold. Whoop. And then bring that knee up. Hold it in the middle. Ankle one way and the other. And then place that foot down. Oh, he's gone to get his bear now. Yeah, he's gone to get his baby. Other leg forward, tap the toe, forwards and backwards. He's got this little cuddly leopard that we bought him for about 2 Christmases ago. Normally he chews them up after about 10 minutes, but this one he's had for ages. Good. Lift the foot from the floor, sweep the leg forwards and backwards. Then you're going to lift the knee up, press back. Knee comes up, press back. Only as far as comfortable. Knee up and hold. And then reach back and lengthen. Knee comes up, balance. Take it back, reach through. Knee comes up, balance, hold. Ankle one way. Oh, my ankle cracked there. And the other. And place that foot down. Stand towards the back of your mat or whatever it is you've got. Breathe in, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe out, begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees. Allow the arms to hang and relax. Then breathe in. Breathe out, begin to roll back up. Rebuild the back. To the top, relax the shoulders. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down. Soften your knees. Allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to roll up through the back. Now you're rebuilding the spine. As you get to the top, relax the shoulders. We're going to roll down and we're going to come into our first exercise, which today is going to be your push-up, okay? So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently lower. And then at your lowest point, you're going to walk your hands forward and lower the knees down. Now, level number 1, we stay on our hands and knees. We're all going to bring our hands out wider than our chest, though, please. You're going to breathe in and bring the body down. And then breathe out and push up. Breathe in, bring the body down. Breathe out and push up. Level 2, legs further away. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you lift. Now it's important that you work at the level suitable for you. If you want level 3, all the way up onto your toes, hold breath in to lower, hold breath out to lift up. Only go as far as comfortable for you. Any pain or discomfort, then I want you to rest and try again. If it's still uncomfortable, then we need to change the exercise. But you need to let me know that that exercise is wrong for you. So if you just drop me a comment or private message, and then I'll try and talk you through something else instead, okay? So in your push-up, I only want 2 more, please. Hold breath in to lower. And guys, it is perfectly all right to stay at a level 1 for the whole session if you wanted to. Good. Sometimes, and release. Bring those hands back in. Sometimes, because we use a lower level, we can be absolutely positive that our technique is correct, and then we can really focus on those core muscles, okay? Sometimes we go to a higher level and we're doing it, but we're not actually thinking about our technique. We're just performing an exercise rather than thinking about where your breathing is coming from, where your core muscle strength has gone to. So box position, breathe in, breathe out, push one leg out along the floor, breathe in and return. So I always build it up. I always start at level 1, and then we can progress. Level 2, lengthen and raise. Breathe into lower and draw it back in. Now, you've got to make sure, as you lift your leg, 2 things. You're not bending it, okay? And you're not allowing your body weight to tilt into the other side. Your body weight remains central. Breathe out to lengthen and raise. Breathe in to lower and draw that leg back in. Breathe out to lengthen and lift. Breathe in to lower and draw in. If you want the next level, slide your hand out along the floor. We're not lifting it, we're just sliding it. And then that means your last level is you're going to raise the arm at the same time. Opposite arm to leg, of course. And again, if you start to wobble, if you start to lean over, then go back a level. Hips are central, don't tilt, yeah? Pull up through the belly button. Keep your back nice and flat. Tighten the core. So I'm going to ask you, please, in swimming at your chosen level, let's just recap. Level 1, we're not even lifting the leg, yeah? Level 2 is lengthen and raise. Level 3, we're sliding the opposite arm. Level 4, we're sliding and raising arm and leg. And I'd like just one more on each side, please. Make sure your legs stay straight so your toes touch the floor, and then draw it back in. Once you've done those 2, I'd like you to bring your forearms and elbows in and lower yourself down. So, when you actually do this exercise, so once you stop listening to me and looking for your technique, okay, once you're actually ready, you're looking down at the floor, okay? Don't have the head tucked in, look straight down. So the neck is in a straight line. Just breathe in, breathe out, lift up the pelvis, and now I just want you to breathe and hold. So this currently is level 1 of the leg pull. Belly button should feel like it's being pulled up towards the ceiling. Level 2, lift the knees off the floor. Now you should have a tightened feeling around the centre of the body. Don't allow the bottom to lift up. Keep the body in a straight line. If you want level 3, you're coming all the way up onto the hands. neck in line with the spine, straight line with the body. Tighten the core and keep that lumbar spine in place, that neutral spine in place. Deep, full breaths. Every breath coming from the rib cage. And I'm going to ask you, please, let's do 3 more breaths. At your level, guys. Once you've done your 3, you're gently lowering all the way down onto your front. Hands are coming into the small of the back. You're bringing your legs together as close as comfortable, and you're pointing your toes away. Neck in line, so starting in a straight line with the head down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift the legs. They're still straight. Your pelvis is pushed down a little bit, but I want you to really focus on pulling the belly button up. So imagine you've got an ice cube underneath your belly button, okay? So from here, we're going to breathe in, then breathe out, bend, 1, 2, 3, breathe in, lengthen, but don't lower them down. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, breathe in and lengthen. Belly button is drawn up. Core muscles tightened. Double leg kick, as well as working through your core and strength from your neutral spine, you are also working backs of the thighs and the bottom, hamstrings and glutes. Please complete 2 more breaths in your double leg kick. When you've done your 2, you can allow those legs to lower all the way down and release those arms. So I'd like us to come back to leg pull 1 more time before we move on to the side of the body, okay? So elbows down, knees down. If level 1, draw the pelvis up. Level 2, knees come up. Level 3, on your hands. Now there is a level 4, but you're only doing it as long as you're doing level 3 perfectly, okay? You'll breathe in. As you breathe out, you'll raise one leg. Breathe into lower. Breathe out, lift the other leg. Breathe into lower. That shouldn't be done too quickly. Full deep breaths, even with the lift and the lower of that leg. Continue to breathe and hold. Straight, he's having a fight with his duck now. Strengthen through the core. If he starts squeaking out, I'll have to take it off him. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more breaths. See, Mum, if I bring you both my babies, will you let me in? When you've done those 2, gently lower all the way down. I'll let him in at the end. And then you can turn onto one side. Now, as you turn on your side, I'm going to go slightly diagonal just to give myself a bit more space, okay? So if you're looking at the screen and you're thinking, she's not in a straight line, I am. I've just gone a bit diagonal, that's all. Head is going to rest down on your arm. Legs are lengthened. Ankles, knees, hips, all one on top of the other, okay? Hand, that is there, give you a little bit of support, okay? If you really feel like you're wobbling, take the arm further out. If you think, yeah, I've got this, I can balance, arm comes closer, until eventually we can take the arm away. Breathe in, breathe out, raise both those legs without rolling forwards or backwards. Now, we're going to do 2 separate movements. Your top leg is going to lift up. When that one's done, your bottom leg is going to come forwards. Alternate between the top and the bottom leg. One leg moves, other leg stays still. So breathe in. Breathe out, lift the top leg. Breathe in to release. Breathe out, kick the bottom leg. Breathe in to release. Hand is there for balance, take it away if you don't need it. Now there is no set height, no set distance to how far these legs can move. All I ask is that you keep them as straight as possible. Breathing out as you lift, in as you lower. Breathing out as you kick, in as you return. So with your breathing, think if the leg is moving away, if it's going out of the body, you're breathing out. And as the leg comes in towards the body, you're breathing in. That will help you hopefully remember your breathing. A lot of people often say to me, I really struggle with my breathing. Which is funny because you do it all day, every day without even thinking about it. But yeah, it is more difficult to really focus on everything else that's going on to then stop and think, hang on, I'm breathing properly. So just remember, if the leg is going out, then you're breathing out. If the leg is coming in, you're breathing in. So, only lifting as high as comfortable. Remember, your movements are slow and controlled. Working down the side of the leg, the obliques, the waist is working, yeah? Core and lumbar spine are working to stop you rolling. And then we have got some work happening on the inner thigh as well, around this hip. One more of each movement for me, please. And then I'd like you to hold those legs together, nice and still. So let's just see if we can bring them up another inch. And then I want you to breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to pulse upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and hold. Then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're working into the obliques through the waist. Don't pulse the legs so fast that the whole body wants to roll around. It literally is just through the side, around the hip. One more of those, then you can release the legs all the way down and give that hip a little bit of a rub if you need to, okay? Then when you are ready, you'll make your way to a seated position. Well done. Hopefully you're all okay so far. Constant talking means I have to keep wetting my throat. Interesting fact here that my sister actually cannot even produce her own saliva. So she has to have artificial saliva. I know, it's strange. Shoulders down relaxed, chin is up off the chest. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis under. Breathe out, gently lower as far as comfortable for you. Then breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue all the way up. So you're rolling up, okay? Breathe in and tilt. Tuck the tailbone under, C-shaped spine. Breathe out and lower, only as far as comfortable. Then breathe in, start to lift. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Breathe in and tilt. Breathe out and lower. Breathe in, start to lift. Breathe out, continue. Now, if you prefer, you can work with straight legs. Whatever's more comfortable, yeah? You say, actually, I'm just comfortable sitting there watching. No, that's not an option. Straight legs or bent legs, the only way you're going. Breathe in and tilt. Even if you only come to here, guys, you are still working, okay? As you come up, remember, lengthen through the spine. I don't want you to come over because what happens to your back? Curves. So I only want you to come up to here. Breathe in and tilt. Breathe out and lower. If you can get all the way down, great. But however far you go down, you've got to be able to get back up. Breathe in and tilt. Breathe out and lower. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue all the way up. And in your roll up, please complete 2 more repetitions, please. Once you've completed those 2, I'd like you to stay in your seated position and bring the arms behind you. So, where possible, fingers pointing towards the bottom, okay? Now, we're going to be working back of the arm through the tricep. If you've got a wrist injury or a shoulder injury and you can't lift up, all I want you to do is push a little bit back into the arms. Enough to feel a tightening, alright? Enough to feel that you're holding yourself up, alright? Otherwise, breathe in, breathe out, come up. Try and make sure that that bottom doesn't dip down. You're lifting up, you're drawing your belly button up towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe. Don't drop the head. If you want to go further, legs come out, don't drop the pelvis. So this is your reverse leg pull. Deep, full breaths. You want to go back? You can. That's the thing, you can go up and down levels as much as you like. Deep, full breaths strengthen the core, the lumbar spine, backs of the arms, triceps. Bingo wings. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths, then you can gently release, and by all means give those shoulders a little roll one way and the other. And then when you're ready, you're going to lower all the way down onto your back. So, legs are bent. What you need to do here is make sure neutral spine, comfortable back. So you could tilt your pelvis a couple of times, make sure that your back feels comfortable. I don't want you pushing your lower back into the floor, because when you do that, you're tilting your pelvis too far. So natural, neutral spine. Arms are down by your sides. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to lift your right leg into a right angle. Knee above the hip, ankle in line with the knee. The shin, front of the lower leg, is facing the ceiling. Now you can hold it here, and that is your level 1. If you want to go further, today the option is to lengthen the leg to 45 degrees and hold it there. Okay? If you want to go further, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring up the shoulders, arms, palms face down, chin off the chest, breathe in, then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if it's too much, you can keep the leg bent and still pulse. But if your leg is lengthened, your body is up, you're pulsing, and you still want to go further, bring the left leg up into right angle. Chin off the chest, breathe. So this is called the 100, because you do 100 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, do that 100 times. Or up to the 100, count of 100, I should say. Good. So, if you've got that left leg lifted, I want you to lower it down. You've got the upper body raised, lower it down. And then just bring that right leg back to where it started in that right angle and leave it there. Keeping it bent. Now this exercise is your scissor, and this is a real bugbear for me, okay? Because a lot of the time, people will just go like that, and they're moving their knee. You don't move your knee. Your knee is stuck. You're moving from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower down. So if you're going to dip your foot in water, and then breathe in and bring it back up. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, lift it up. And this other leg is still. Don't let the knee wobble. If you want to go further, you can lift that other leg. Breathe out as you lower, but keep it still. We're just moving our right leg. Remember, neutral spine, okay? Breathe out to lower, breathe in to lift. Breathe out to lower, breathe in to lift. Don't move that knee. I'm going to ask you, please, in your scissor, moving your right leg only for 2 more breaths. Breathe out as you lower and in as you lift. When you've done your 2, guys, if you've got your left leg raised, you can leave it there and the right foot comes down. If you haven't got your left leg lifted, place the right foot down and bring the left leg up. Holding it still. Right angle in the knee. Stay here, level 1. Core muscles engaged, you've got that tightened feeling. The core muscle helping to keep that leg in place. If you want to go further, breathe in as you breathe out, lengthen and hold. Determine whether or not you're going to go for the next level. And then if you are, upper body comes up, palms face down, breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll notice it's just pushing down with the hand. We're not pulling the whole of the upper body. You can keep the leg bent and pulse, or lengthened and pulse. And then that last option is to bring that other leg up but keep it in a right angle. Good. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Keep going for me. Just had a really weird vision. I'm quite spiritual. Those of you who know me quite well, you know I believe in certain things. Well, I've just seen my uncle on this wall, so I'm going to have to ring my aunt later. Well done. Hold and breathe. Strengthen through the core. Just keep that one leg up if you prefer. Level 2. Looks like the dog's given up now. Or have that leg out, both legs up. I'm going to ask you please for 3 more breaths. When you've done your 3, if you've got your right leg raised, that foot comes down. Upper body comes down. Left leg comes in. Keeping the right angle. If you imagine you've got a tennis ball behind your knee, we don't want to squash it, we don't want to drop it. So we have to maintain the angle. Breathe in, breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, lift it back up, keeping that left knee still. So that right knee, or both knees are still. Breathe out as you lower, in as you raise. So as that leg moves, we're making sure we're not letting that knee drop out. And we're not moving and adjusting the angle behind the knee. If you want to go further, you could bring your right leg back up, but we're keeping it nice and still. Breathe out to lower and in to raise. Shin faces the ceiling. Core muscles stay zipped up, hold in. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. I'm going to ask you in your scissor for 2 more breaths, please. I love the scissor. It's one of those exercises that I can always feel. Good. When you've done those, if you've got both legs lifted, 1 foot at a time comes back down. And then please give yourself a long body stretch if you'd like to. If you only had time in the morning to do like 2 or 3 exercises, I'd recommend the leg pull, yeah? The scissor, and then 1 for the side of the body as well. So if you're an oblique roll up or coming down onto your side and doing what we're doing this morning, all right? So if you only had 5 minutes spare, I'd do those. And I'd probably do like 10 breaths of each and repeat it about 4 times. I'll let you have that tidbit. Good, head rest down. Lengthen the body. Breathe in as you breathe out, raise. Breathe in as you breathe out, lift the top leg. As you breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lengthen it forwards. Breathe in, return. So the legs are as straight as possible. The toes are being pulled away. Remember the breathing. Breathe out, take it away from you. Breathe in, bring it in towards you. Hand is there for balance, we could take it away. Make sure that you're not rolling forwards or backwards. Good. Breathe out as you raise. Breathe in as you release. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in, return. 1 leg moves, the other leg remains in place. Balance, breathe, control. BBC. Balance, breathe, control. Good. Breathe out as you lengthen that leg. Breathe in as you release. Good. So I'm going to ask you, please, for one more of each of those two movements, okay? Once you've completed those two, keep the legs lifted, together, and still. And then just bring them up another inch if you can. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, pulse them upwards. Breathe in and hold. Then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're squeezing through the waist into the obliques. And I'm just going to ask you, please, for one more of those. Once you've completed it, you can allow those legs to lower and then give that hip a little rub if you need to. And then from there, I'm going to ask you please to bring yourself round into a box position. So we're back to where we started. Wrists, elbows underneath the shoulders. Knees are down. Head and neck in line with the spine. Good. So we're just going to breathe in and arch the back into cat stretch. Here it comes, guys. And you're bringing me a present. Thank you. Good. Breathe in, arch that back. And release. What have you guys? It's your baby. Is it your baby? Good boy. Good. Then push yourself back into a crouched position. Tuck the chin into the chest. Place the feet down. And then gradually, in your own time, begin to roll up through the back. Rebuild the spine. Now come back down in a minute. And relax those shoulders down. So you're back into this nice long lengthened standing position. Where's your other baby? Is that your baby there as well? Oh. Shoulders down. Does anyone else talk to their pets like they're human? Terrible, isn't it? Lift up onto the toes. They're a family member. And release. The dog probably gets talked to the nicest out of everybody in the house. Everyone makes a fuss of him. Even now he's an older dog, everyone still makes a fuss of him. Lift up, balance and hold. And then close your eyes if you can. Are you still balanced? And release. Well done. So that is your Pilates for today, guys. Brilliant work. Well done if you managed it. We are coming back at 4 o'clock with HIIT. So very different class to what we've just done. Are we going to play after? Look at that face. How can you not love that face? Good. He does this thing with his ears and he just props them up. So sweet. Well done, guys. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, we've got 3 classes on offer. We'll start with HIIT. Where's my book? Let's see if I can remember. HIIT. Then we've got low impact conditioning. Okay, at 12 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock we're back, and I want to say legs, bumps and tums. Maybe. So that's it for today, guys. Until 4. See you later. Take care. Have a good morning. Bye for now.